Good morning, y'all. Let's welcome to another pre-market analysis. Where if you're new, every morning, Monday through Friday, we join here to talk through our game plan. I'll share my watch list with you all. We do some commentary on the overall market as well as we find individual stocks that are in play. Oftentimes, I come here. I've already traded pre-market, so there's a combination of what I've already been looking at from the scan, and I've already traded, as well as what's in play and shaping up for the open. All right, so thanks for joining. Please like and subscribe and share with others that may benefit from it. So look forward to a great year, 2025, of doing this with you day in and day out every year. So let's jump into the charts. Yeah, DWTX went crazy yesterday. Crazy gain, 1,000%. Incredible. All right, so let's switch. All right, there we go. Here we go. Okay, so let's start with overall market commentary. So as we mentioned yesterday, the backdrop, the fundamental backdrop for indices is supporting the rally. Positive growth, earnings, monetary policy, news around AI and tech, all supporting a rally on the indices. So I commented yesterday about SPY, the Qs, US 30, IWM, all potentially continuing. And that's what happened yesterday. We had a continuation. So nothing has really changed on the macro front to slow this down. So, if price action shows itself, I would say, the rally should continue. Yesterday, I made the comment that IWM was lower, right? So SPX and NAS already passing or was approaching all-time highs. And I mentioned that IWM was lower and US 30 also. So if I was trading indices primarily, I would have focused on those two indices or indexes because of valuation, right? So that's that. Now, yesterday we got some really good moves when the market opened. We talked about a few different sectors. So we covered the energy sector.
At Granger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail.
All right, hold on.
The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff.
Let's see.
Because the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference.
All right, I don't know. It's an ad or something. Okay, so OKLO, the energy names, OKLO, SMR, NNE, these were exploding yesterday, right? So beautiful move on all of them in that basket. So during our live session, our morning session, we covered the energy basket and the potential to continue higher, and that's what it did yesterday. Rallied that basket, those names. Also, Mara was in play for us because of Bitcoin. Bitcoin was heating up, so we looked at Mara, and Mara gave some moves yesterday as well. So looking at the Bitcoin or crypto-related equities, Coin, Mara, MSTR, all of those were of interest yesterday. And additionally, we were looking at the quantum names to see if they would offer some continuation. And what we saw yesterday was we had a rally on quantum coming out the gate, coming out at the open. We had a rally. We had several pullbacks, and then it would dip, and we had buys. It would dip and then buy. So the longs and the short side were in play on the quantum names yesterday as well. Now all of this comes up before you have like the DWTX that rally. We have a few IPO names that we traded pre-market that we really didn't pay much attention to in the post, like after the open. So if you saw DWTX, This one, Dogwood Therapeutics. This one was one that ran up. Actually, it started its run later. So this is around after the market opened, maybe about an hour after, it jumps 87%, and then it just continues to run all day. So from the open to the high of day, that one was up 1,000%. So sometimes, we do a night scan, we do pre-market, and then intraday we'll have names that are popping up on the scanner. So I keep the scan up so that when names pop up intraday, we can take advantage of those that show potential. Okay. All right. Now this morning, let's talk about this morning. What is let me check the chat a little bit. Let's see. DWT, how's the challenge going? I'll talk a little bit about that in just a minute. Hey, good morning. Have a greedy question. Okay. Let me I'll run through a little bit more of of what I'm looking at today. And then I'll get to some of those questions. All right. So here's a scan here. Now, one of the names that was up on the scan this morning that was really running up was Allure. So, ALUR. Allurion Technologies. So, gapped up from the open. It was already up 100% this morning. And then in the pre-market, we had trading. And then at 6 a.m. when trading comes in, most of the retail brokers start to allow trading. This one started to run up and gave us some really good moves in the pre-market. Pull back, more pops to the upside. So what I'll be looking for at the open is want to look at the levels and how they're respected. If we get a pullback to previous support levels here, or even if it drops, if we have like a really clean drop to VWAP, then I'll be looking for a fade from VWAP, but it may not pull back that far, right? So these types of stocks, they may run up and then they could just curl over and they'll go all the way back down to where the start of the day, price levels from the start of the day. That's a possibility. But this one has promise. Majority of the stocks that I trade, they'll be up 20, 30%, maybe 100%, and they can run up to 4, 5, 600%. So when we look at the scan, we'll pop over, see what sorts of we'll look at the headline. If the headline is, the scale varies from a longer term catalyst. Generally, these are contracts with the government, funding, maybe M&A, some new technology, new product release. Some of them are like biotech companies that have clinical trials. So normally I'll jump over, see why it's up, and then we'll look at the float, we'll look at the volume. And if there's good volume float turnover, then we'll engage it. Okay. So I'll be looking at, definitely take a look at the Allure. All right. So keeping my eye on the chat. If I'm glad that it worked out for you. All right. So what are y'all looking at? What are y'all looking at today? We covered energy, which was hot yesterday, crypto related stocks, some of the tech stocks from this morning, looked at the overall picture. There's a few larger names that had strong results, like Twilio, for example. They pre-announced strong results. So we had a pop post-market, and then pre-market is pretty strong. So this one is another one. AXP is, this one dropped on earnings, and then that entire move this morning was erased, right? So if this one holds up, American Express, this one is one that can continue running. All right, so that's one that can continue running. All right, let's look at. There's a bunch of names on the scan. SES. This one ran up. We traded this one, yesterday on the, was it yesterday or Wednesday? No, it was yesterday. Yeah, this is one. So what's in play right now, right? Tech, AI, quantum, these names are running. So if you look at the scan and you have uh, stocks that that appear on the scan, and they're tech names, if they have their individual catalysts, that's even better. If not, it may just be that they are part of the basket. So if they have good high relative volume, good float turnover, and they have good price action, then we'll take a look at those. Okay. All right. So EA. Ooh, sheesh. This one is B down. Okay. I'll take a look at EA. What happened? What happened? What caused this move? But generally, we have something that spikes down so hard. If we use the pendulum concept, then we may have some reversion here back to the upside. So this can give us, as it starts to bottom out, this can give us some long side plays or short side plays. So that's an interesting one to take a look at. Take some time to take a look at that one, Lakeisha. Okay, health tech has been going crazy. Yep. All right, so let me run through the comments real quick. Okay. All right, how's the challenge going? So I dropped the video on the broker that I chose to use on the challenge yesterday, and I am waiting. The issue with this broker, as I mentioned in the video, it's expensive, but also they're a little slow. So I had to do a wire transfer to transfer my money, and I did that transfer maybe last Thursday. So I'm just be checking in with them to see if the transfer showed up on their side. So transfer is slow in and out. So there's two challenges I want to do. The first one is with the broker that's going to offer leverage. The second one will be with Schwab. So they're a lot faster than this broker. Hey, good morning. I have a greedy question. LOL. Do you actually day your calls and puts and put in for the challenge? I think I understand what you're saying. In my group, in the Profit X community, we're live trading. So a lot of my trades, my executions will be in the pre-market. A lot of them will be in the pre-market, probably 50-50. So pre-market, I'll be trading. I'll jump on here for the morning meeting with you all, and then in the Profit X community, we do a live call post-market open, not post-market, but market open. Okay. Will you show your challenge accounts, brother? Yes, I will. All right. Hey, man. Much respect for what you do. Thanks, Wasim. Where do you post DWTX? Is that in another group between 9 a.m. 9:30? Didn't see you take anything. Yes. This call, I will take things if there's something to take. I will. But if you want to be on the live trading call, it's in the Profit X community. What is your go-to R&R? At least a 1 to 2 on average. Some of these can run up much higher. Your volume video helped me a lot. Thanks, man. I'm glad it did. I'll do some follow-up videos. I don't see you using order flow when you were talking. So when I'm forming the game plan, a lot of times I am looking at if the stock has a catalyst. I'm looking at daily volume. I'm looking at structure. I'm looking at float turnover. At the time of entry, when I'm about to enter the trade, I'll look at level 2 and the tape for execution. So that's why you don't hear me talk. I'm talking more broad and more general. I'm just trying to, in this call, identify and share why stocks are in play. And then once we know that stocks are a stock, or we identify a stock that is potentially in play, then we engage that stock and look at the order flow. Okay. All right. EA stock recently dropped significantly due to the company lowering its annual revenue forecast, primarily attributed to underperforming. Got it. All right. So this forecast, it's a different move. So EA dropped significantly, and then it goes flat yesterday. So let's see if it turns over like Moderna. We're looking at Moderna. Moderna had, yesterday it just ran up too. Moderna dropped significantly, went flat, and then bottomed out. And then we had 2 crazy rallies this week. Okay. So EA, whenever I see a massive drop like that, the pendulum concept, just do a little research on it. I'll talk about it in the video later. But there may be some reversion back to the mean here, like Moderna. Okay. But AXP, American Express, there was a drop here, and then an initial move immediately, right? This is a good sign. It can short here, but since the move was pretty much erased, then this may continue higher. If it breaks this level, it can continue higher. Okay. All right. So Jeanette, you can click the link in my description. All right. Okay. So let's get it. Any more questions? Let's talk. This is our time to talk as a community. If you have any more questions, let me know. I'll be dropping updates as soon as I start the challenge with that account. I'll be dropping updates daily. We'll be talking about the trades that I take. We'll have the morning meeting, but then I'll do a later video explaining the trades that I took and showing the P&L and showing the journey. Okay. All right. So if you don't have any more questions, we'll go ahead and drop. And I appreciate you all for joining. Please like this video, share it with others, give me some feedback, and we'll continue to do this day in and day out. Okay. Last message to you. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll take a look at it. Lower and EL. This one also, float rotation is good. And money, we'll look for price action at this point. Float rotation is really good. So we'll see if it pulls back or if we break the highs here. Okay. All right. So Shockwave, I covered indices at the very beginning of the call, and I described exactly what you're asking. So just rewind back and take a look at it. Will we need to use the same brokerage to do the challenge? No, you don't. You don't have to. Watch the video that I put out yesterday on the brokerage, and the one that I'm using, I recommend people use the other one. I gave 2 options. So check that video out, and you'll see the route that I'm going. Okay. All right. Thank you all so much. Hope you'll have a great trading day. Remember, follow your playbook. Don't take invented trades. Know exactly how much you're risking. Know the quality of the setup that you're taking. If you are uncertain, just sit on your hands and use the trade as a learning lesson and then play it back. All right. If we follow our plan, if we center ourselves around a playbook, we follow our routine, we follow that playbook, only take playbook trades, and continue to get better, 1% better every day, we will eventually hit our goals. And 2025 is a great opportunity. It's a wide open, fertile ground for us all to reach our goals. Talk to you all later. Have a great day.